Join Time Magazine's lead education reporter alongside global educators and advocates to explore the impacts of teaching forgiveness.
I teach forgiveness because it can have a positive impact in my students' families.
It helps my students thrive in the face of adversity.
Students who can forgive are happier.
Join us to hear from teachers and thought leaders on how and why to include forgiveness in your classroom.
Temperature rise will bring widespread devastation and unprecedented extreme weather.
New coronavirus cases emerge across the country.
Obesity rates have more than doubled in kids.
Cape Town is running out of water.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am Liana Karapetyan, moderator and speaker of Vanadzor Basic School number 16 of the Republic of Armenia. On behalf of our school, I am delighted to welcome you to this incredible event. I want to express special thanks to the T4 Alliance and the great team who has made this event happen. Before speaking about our main topic, I would like to present our school. Vanadzor Basic School number 16 after Daniel Varojan, Lori Region, Republic of Armenia, is a state-owned basic school funded by the government of the Republic of Armenia. The school comprises primary and middle schools. The age of the students is from 6 to 15 years old. It is located in the suburbs of Vanadzor. The school has renovated classrooms. Our school is quite beautiful and our students have all the possibilities for good education. So now I would like to present some classrooms of our school so that you make some idea what kind of school we have. So, as you can see, we have renovated classrooms, a technically equipped computer room with an interactive board, computer-based literacy library, engineering laboratory, foreign languages room, special purpose room, gym, playground. The school is non-selective and mixed sex. There are about 470 students at our school. It implements inclusive education. There are about 30 students with special needs studying at school. The school intake is very comprehensive. About half of its students come from low-income homes. The other half come from middle-income homes. The language of tuition is Armenian. Russian, English, and German are taught as foreign languages. Our school has been a part of the Itvinik school community since 2013. It has been recognized as an Itvinik school twice. In our school, we pay much attention to media literacy and safety. They are among the most significant spheres at our school. So, 2 years ago, we received an e-safety bronze label. This year, our school has been selected as a mentor school to promote electronic teaching for the schools in remote villages that do not have teachers of the relevant subjects. Non-formal education is very significant at our school. Within its frameworks, the school implements a number of projects. A mini school garden has been created at school since last year. We organize various events and celebrations. Today, we would like to present one of our programs that we implemented 2 years ago, Summer Camp, Overcoming Challenges and Keeping Children Engaged During the Holidays. Now, let me introduce our speakers. Naira Hartnan, she is the head of Vanadzor Basic School number 16 after Daniel Varojan.
Thank you, Liana. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. It's my pleasure to be part of this great event and share our school expertise with you all. As our moderator mentioned, our school gives special attention to non-formal education. In the 21st century, it has become complicated to provide quality education using traditional classroom teaching only. Every day, we face new challenging education that require us to find creative approaches to solving them. Non-formal education is a type of education designed to address the challenges of the time. If formal education mainly develops people's mental abilities, depends, erudition, develops analytical thinking, non-formal education mainly develops values, approaches, and behaviors. Non-formal education is a specific type of education for solving particular problems. It is more for civic issues to support activism. Implementing non-formal education requires constant creative work and innovative approaches to problems and challenges. Today, we would like to present a successful example of such a creative approach to problem solving. We will speak about the program we developed in 2019, a summer camp at school. Our main goal was to cater for their recreational needs at the same time implementing non-formal education. We carried out several fun activities that made our students excited and engaged all through the holidays. Now, I would like to give the floor to my colleagues. We will speak about the following issues: how to implement non-formal education at school, how to organize a summer camp at school, what activities to include in the camp programs, how to improve learning outcome employing non-formal education. We will also present will participate steps you can follow to replicate our success.
So our next speaker is Nadia Hovanesyan. She is Deputy Head Teacher of Vanadzor Basic School number 16 after Daniel Varjan. Her goal is to educate and bring up a smart person for a better society. She is a PhD student and a lecturer at Vanadzor State University. You are welcome, Nadia.
Thank you, Liana. Hello, dear participants. Now I will tell you about our summer camp. The camp was planned for school children aged 6 to 10 and lasted a month. Pedagogues in the camp worked voluntarily and the whole school staff was involved in the process. The camp was strict for children. It lasted from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. At noon, the campers had lunch. The food was provided free of charge by the United Nations World Food Program. The food was cooked by the school canteen staff, who was also working voluntarily. The group of middle school students aged 13 to 15 years on the initiative helped teachers during lessons and organizational matters. The camp was officially opened on June the 1st, International Children's Day. The school headmaster and deputy headmaster greeted the campers and their parents. Then the students were divided into groups by grades. The official opening ceremony ensured the children's enthusiasm and involvement from the very first day. The fame of the camp spread throughout the district, and many parents whose children did not attend our school became interested in the school. There were even children not of school age who wanted to join the camp. Their willingness to join was so high that we involved them. Thus, the number of participants in the camp became 100. Classes at the camp were conducted not in the traditional way. Game-based learning was implemented, providing the children's motivation, engagement, and fun. At 10 o'clock in the morning, all the groups gathered in the schoolyard, where they were greeted by the person in charge of the camp that day. Each group responded to the greeting with its motto. Then the state anthem of the Republic of Armenia was played, after which the campers did their morning exercises under music. By doing this, we were promoting a healthy lifestyle. It lasted 15 minutes and was held in the yard. The parents who joined the children encouraged them even more could not resist the temptation of the morning exercise. This was everyone's favorite part. Then the groups proceeded to their clubs according to their daily schedule. Each team had its own schedule, where time was divided between study and play. We had the following class: Armenian, English, Math, Information Technology, Physical Education, Dance, Music, Cooking, Poetry, Yoga, practical lessons of physics and chemistry, art lessons, health and safety training course, social psychological games. Now, Diana will present the daily schedule of each group.
Our first group was called The Sun. Their motto was, "The sun is life, it shines for us." Now let's get acquainted with the first group schedule for the day. The first class was for Armenian. The club was aimed to develop and improve the mother tongue, during which the children improved their linguistic thinking through engaging tasks. They were discovering the language in a new way, going beyond the content for their age group. During the music classes, the children learned to sing various songs, such as the school anthem, songs about the capital, their hometown, etc. During the classes of Russian, they learned different songs, alphabet, colors, names of animals. It should be noted that pupils don't study Russian in the first grade. So taking into account the age peculiarities and interest of the children, the specialists developed a program through which they introduced the children to the new language. Our next class was physical education. During it, various sports and games were organized for the children, which developed the children's teamwork skills, promoted a healthy lifestyle, helped the children to relax and have fun. The second graders had the following lessons for a day. Yoga classes, which were the most favorite for the students. The classes were conducted by a volunteer from the USA in the school park. The students enjoyed yoga very much. During the classes of English, the children learned different songs, played games, watched videos. Again, it should be mentioned that students don't study English in the second grade, so the club aimed to introduce the students to the second foreign language. During health and safety training course, the children learned vital knowledge, such as the rules of using the soccer, crossing the street, the basic rules of doing the right thing in emergencies, learning the basic do's and don'ts of everyday life. We had also art lessons, which were conducted in the schoolyard, and the children were the endless horizons of the beautiful landscapes of their district. We paid much attention to information technology and developing mathematical skills and analytical skills of our students. Information technology has become an integral part of our lives today. It's essential to teach children the basics of IT from the early age. Students don't study IT in primary school. It is taught from the 6th grade, so we decided to teach elementary computer literacy to our children during the camp. They learned to turn on and turn off the computer, to draw, to type short text using the Microsoft Word. Then the school teacher assistants introduced the children to the electronic whiteboard, taught them to use different tools of the whiteboard and perform simple tasks. I would like to mention that this was one of the most favorite parts of our students because for them technology is quite familiar and they like it a lot. Our next class was poetry. These lessons were conducted by the teachers of the Armenian language and literature, and the club aimed to develop children's public speech and arouse a love for literature and culture in them. We also had dancing clubs for our second graders. They learned national and modern dances. Each group performed one dance at the closing ceremony of the camp, and the children also showcased a united performance, a dance that became the symbol of the camp. Now let's have a look at the schedule of the next group. Our next group was called Eagle. Their motto was, "We are as sharp and fearless as an eagle." We had practical lessons of physics and chemistry. The club aimed to arouse love in children through fascinating experiments with science subjects. At first, the children watched the experiment performed by the teacher, then they tried to do the same on their own. We had social psychological games, which was held by a school psychologist and a social pedagogue. The group aimed to increase children's self-awareness, build interpersonal relations, develop communication skills through tests and games, and children learned how to resolve conflicts and achieve success effectively. Our next club was cooking. During the club, the children got acquainted with the cooking, its secrets, the rules of hygiene in the kitchen. They made salad, baked cooks, made juice, and it was really one of the favorite part of the club for them. So this was one day schedule of our club and of each group. Now, we would like to give to your appreciation a little video with some episodes of our camp. You can see that our students really had fun, and it was really motivating and engaging for them to take part in the summer camp. So now let's watch the video, and after that we will present 5 practical steps as well as the outcomes and assessments of our camp.
Այս ասացիք ոնց որ այսօր ճամբարը բրցնելու ենք, հա։ Դրա համար եք ուրախ։ Շնորհավոր ձեզ ճամբարն ավարտելու կապակցությամբ, բայց ճամբարը շատ բան է տալիս փոքրիկներին կյանքին, եւ դրա համար ուզում եմ եկեք հիմա իրար հետ մեծ շրջան կազմենք, հա, այս տարածքով մեծ շրջան, ու ուրախանանք միասին կամ էլ բարձրանանք վերին, եկեք բարձրանանք։
The main outcome of this event was what it improved the school's society bond, resulting in more collaborative relation between teachers and parents, teachers and students, students and students. The camp had a positive impact on the learning process of those children who attended the camp. The classes at the camp were conducted in an interactive and game-based way, and the students saw their usual subjects from quite different aspects. We discovered the beauty of these subjects and their relation to real life that made them love school and learning even more than before. Non-formal education inspired the creation of a participatory culture between students and teachers, creating a friendly environment for communication. It helped children to adapt quickly. Teachers revealed the students' interests anew. Through a variety of tasks, we provided in universal learning design principles, which made the learning process accessible and competitive for students.
So now we'll watch a video where you can see impressions of our teachers and students about our camp. Let's watch it.
The summer camp that was organized in our school was engaging and productive. The students spent their daily life not only with their teachers but also with the school psychologist and social pedagogue. During our group work, students made friends with other students. The children with special needs were also involved in our summer camp. They equally participated in all games and trainings. During this time, the students improved their abilities and skills and revealed their heightened talents.
Summer camp has a positive effect on students' learning. After the summer holidays, when the school year began, the students who attended to the summer camp remembered what they had learned during the summer holidays and wanted to use it in their practice. For example, the third graders who just started learning English already know how to count in English from 1 to 10. They also remember the songs about the ABC and about the numbers.
Hello, I'm Natalia. Our summer camp was such fun. We spent interesting times with friends and teachers who learned played. It was one of my best summer holidays.
Hello, I am Harut. Our summer camp was very interesting. I liked it so much. I learned a lot of new things, made new friends. I hope next year we will again have a summer camp.
Dear participants, now let's try to answer some questions that we've got in the chat box. So, the first question, how did you decide to organize the camp? Our school is located in somehow socially disadvantaged district in the suburbs of our town, where most families have middle or low incomes and they cannot always afford to take their children to recreational centers during their summer holidays. So this was our main aim. We wanted to cater for the recreational needs of our students and somehow help our parents in resolving this problem. But during the camp, we saw that our students were quite ready to get informal education as well. That's why we tried to provide them with non-formal education and somehow combine non-formal education with their summer holidays. In a collaborative atmosphere, the students develop positive interdependence and individual responsibility. Each member of the group realized that he could not succeed until the other member of their group succeeded. So the students learned to help each other, to encourage each other. Their efforts aimed to achieve the common goal together. And as a result, we had personal value system developed for our students. So this was our main aim and our main reason to organize the summer camp. So the next question is the following. Did you ask any organizations to support your summer camp? Surely we did. We tried to find some organizations that were ready to support us. So as we have already mentioned, we had the World Food Organization, which provided free of charge food for our children. And this was really one of good examples of collaboration between a school and an organization. So the next question is, would you like to improve your camp program and continue it after the pandemic? Will your teachers be volunteering again? Of course, it depends on the current situation with the pandemic, but yes, we are willing to improve our camp program and to continue it after the pandemic. Our teachers are still volunteering, and I can say that we have decided to make a lot of changes in our camp. First of all, we are going to try to organize it not only for primary school students, but also for our middle school students. We also want to try some funding so that we can organize summer holidays of our students, not only at our school, not only in the schoolyard and in the neighboring district, but also we would like to have an opportunity to take them to different excursions and in this way to show them the historic and the historic places and the sites that we have in our country. So yes, we are going to continue our camp, and I hope that next year we will have this opportunity. So now we are going to summarize the 5 practical steps that you can replicate to achieve our success. I would like to say that we will give you some links to the surveys that we conducted. You can find them in the chat box, and you can use them if you are willing to conduct such a camp. So thank you for your questions, dear audience. And now I would like to give the floor to Nare, who will present the 5 practical steps.
Now I will tell you 5 practical steps which you can follow to achieve success. First step, discover what needs your students have. For this aim, you can conduct an anonymous survey among the students. Then you should analyze the survey, highlighting the needs in numbers. You should have a team working on this. The team can consist of the deputy principal, social worker, psychologist, and 1 teacher. We will provide a survey for identify students' needs. The second step, organize a discussion with the whole school staff. Present the problem and discuss possible solutions. It will be better to select a number of possible solutions most agree on and discuss their advantages and disadvantages. You should also take into account what resources your school has, how many teachers agree to work on voluntary basis, or if possible, you can find some funding for your idea. After this, you can select the best solution. The solution you choose must be a means of implementing non-formal education, as whatever we do, it should result in a better learning process, obtained knowledge and skills. The third step, create the group of teachers who will work at the camp. Compile the plan of your camp, set your goals and the order of steps. Decide how many hours a day the camp will last and make the schedule. Divide the responsibilities. Choose a coordinator who will moderate the camp activities and give support if needed. Announce about your camp. You can use social media as well as organize meetings with your class parents. Set a deadline and procedure for registration. We can share the plan of our camp as well as some online tools to organize the registration. The fourth step, organize the registration. Give additional support and information to parents if needed. Try to be flexible. After the registration process, you need at least 1 week to analyze the number of students who will attend the camp. Now, you can divide them into groups and assign each group a tutor who will support the children. Give the teachers instructions how to conduct classes, discuss and choose the best method of instruction. We will provide some plans for some of the classes we have conducted. And the fifth step, organize the camp. You can start with an opening party. This gives extra motivation and engagement. Start the classes. Follow that the schedule is kept. At the end of each week, organize a discussion with the teachers, sharing experience, highlighting what needs to be improved. Make necessary changes. Be ready to support the teachers. At the end of the camp, organize a closing party engaging the school staff, parents, and other interested people. Conduct monitoring to analyze how the camp improved the learning outcomes. We will provide some tools on how to conduct the above-mentioned survey. And as Liana mentioned, you can find the links of surveys in chat box.
So, dear participants, this was about our summer camp that was an example of a creative approach to problem solving that we tried to develop and introduce in 2019. I'm sure that summer camps are really interesting and engaging for our students. They are also a great means of non-formal education, so you can try it and see how this can affect the progress of your students. I would like to express my special thanks again to T4 Alliance and the great team because they are doing a great job. It's really difficult to organize a one-week World Education Week, which is attended by a lot of people around the globe. I would like to express thanks to our team, our school team, who made this event happen. This was our first attempt using Microsoft Live Events, and I hope that it was successful. I would like also to remind you of the World Education Week hashtag, World Edu Week. You can use it to join different speeches and different presentations that we are going to have during this week. The week will continue until October the 8th, so don't miss this opportunity. Join different schools to see their expertise and try to achieve the same success. So now we would like to watch the video by our sponsors, by the sponsors of World Education Week, and say again huge thank you to everyone who made this event happen.
Join Time Magazine's lead education reporter alongside global educators and advocates to explore the impacts of teaching forgiveness.
I teach forgiveness because it can have a positive impact in my students' families.
It helps my students thrive in the face of adversity.
Students who can forgive are happier.
Join us to hear from teachers and thought leaders on how and why to include forgiveness in your classroom.
Temperature rise will bring widespread devastation and unprecedented extreme weather.
New coronavirus cases emerge across the country.
Obesity rates have more than doubled in kids.
Cape Town is running out of water.